Let's talk about it. So coming off of last week's episode, we talked about not basing your happiness off of unproductive and unrealistic things, because that's not going to get you anywhere. A lot of people look at happiness as this thing that just could be given to them, and it's like they think that the time that they're most happy is when they're just doing nothing and things are being given to them. So like I said, just unrealistic and unproductive things, don't base your happiness off of that, because it's not going to get you anywhere, and it's unrealistic, and it's really just going to make you more depressed in the long run. So I was thinking about what I wanted to talk about this week, and I was like, you know what are some of the things that have made me the most happy? And a lot of it have come from overcoming a lot of losses and obstacles that I faced in my life that I may have never thought I would have to overcome, or I've done things that I may have thought I never would have did. And those is what brings the most happiness out of me. And I think that's what should, motivate you guys and bring the happiness out of you. So first off, I just want to say that a lot of losses and failures out there are really just lessons. And you'll hear that a lot on this channel, as well as you hear that in trading. Because even in trading, me personally, I became such a good trader because I was failing so much. At the beginning, I was like, I did so much things wrong in the market that I eventually figured out what to do right. So you can kind of not only apply that to trading, but in life, that you really just have to just go with every opportunity, take every chance, and not be afraid if you're going to fail. Because if you do fail, you're going to learn from it. And there's been so many times that I've learned so many valuable lessons from a lot of times that I've ended up hurt. And that's okay, because I know that there's a lot of hurt and a lot of bad times that come with just life and taking risks. When you're taking risks, you have to put things on the line to get a reward. There's risk and then there's reward. Think about even in stories, even Andrew Tate says is how even in superhero movies or whatever, there's a lot of things that happen that create the superhero. Like Batman's parents died, and that's what made him Batman. There's going to be sorrow, there's going to be losses along the way, but it's how you overcome them, and then that's what's actually going to fuel you to become a better person and a better man. This isn't just for the men. Also, I know there's some girls out there, my 5% of my YouTube viewers, but like I said, guys, it's just all about becoming a better person. And like I said, the times I've been most happy is from overcoming those losses or doing things that maybe I've even lost 10 times before. Because that's another thing that we can talk about, is that if you fail at it once, you may fail at it twice, 3 times, 4 times, but it could be that 5th time that pays off, because all those failures before really fueled you and showed you what you could do right to then eventually get that win. So let's talk about an experience that I had to overcome where I had a loss or a failure, which I'm going to try and relate to trading, because there was this one time where, it was in the first couple months that I started really making money with trading with prop firms. And if you guys have watched some of my recent interviews and stuff, there's this whole period where I started to get payouts. But looking back, I just feel like I just was really good at kind of reading price action and getting kind of lucky. I didn't really have a strategy, like I said. So I was kind of dabbling between strategies. I was dabbling between scalping and swing trade. And I had this time where I was funded. I had a 100K account, and I was holding this trade that I wanted to turn into a swing trade because I knew where price was going. Being kind of cocky, holding it, whatever. And I was up a lot of money. I was up over, I think, 5,600, whatever. So obviously up over 5%. So the way that the firm works is that you can't, it was my Forex funds, you can't let the drawdown, I think, exceed the 5% a day. Equity, you know what I'm saying? Even though I was up 5%, I couldn't lose that 5% without blowing my account, even though it wasn't negative 5%, it would just go back to break even. And basically, long story short, I was holding trades. I got on the trade Friday or Thursday night. It was Friday. The price still didn't go to where I thought it was going to go. And I held it throughout the weekend. Not knowing that there was going to be news and all this type of stuff over the weekend. And basically when price opened, first off, price had reversed so far down. I went from 5,600 profit all the way down to when market closed, I was maybe in profit 1,800 or something. And when the market opened over the weekend on that Sunday open, it jumped. I had my stop losses ready where I break even. So I thought it would be fine, but it jumped so fat that I blew my whole account, lost it. And this was a time where I really, really needed that account. You know what I'm saying? I was still a college student. I still was making some money, but not consistent enough where I wasn't rich. I needed that money and I needed that account. So to get faced with that loss and having to overcome that was huge, and a huge learning lesson for me, because when you have a funded account and you blow not only 5,600 of profit you were in, but then actually losing the entire account, where then you have to go buy another challenge, pass the challenge, and all this type of stuff. It was a big learning lesson for me. And I think overcoming that when I first went back and passed my next challenge and got my first payout and stuff, that what drove a lot of happiness out of me. And I wouldn't say just from that, but actually the steps I took to get to that point, because like I said, it was such a big lesson and something I had to overcome that I then learned from it and learned what to do and like set up rules and things to implement that I knew I would never do that again. So the thing I kind of want to point out of that kind of story is that, yeah, like, yes, I said that I did make me happy once I did get the funded account again and get a payout after this whole kind of mess. But it was really like what made me happy was becoming a better person and putting like implementing those things, like not holding trades over the weekend. That's a big thing. No more of that. Or if I'm up a certain amount of percentage, to make sure that I actually take some off the table. You know what I'm saying? There's certain things that I implemented that not only like, you know, helped me out, but gaining more profits and just made me a better person and trader overall, which came from a loss, which once again goes back to me just talking about how like there's gonna be a lot of lessons or a lot of losses in life, but you gotta treat them all as lessons. You know what I'm saying? Because if it's a loss and you treat it as a loss, then there's gonna be a loss and you don't learn from it. But if you do learn from it, that loss turns into a lesson, which is just a really great thing you need to learn in life. Is really important because it doesn't even need to be just in trading. There's so many things if it comes to like your girlfriend breaking up with you, and like how you learn from that to grow and build into a better person for your next relationship. There's just all these different things that come from needing to lose at first and needing to take that risk or whatever, because with every reward comes risk, and a lot of the time that risk comes with a lot of downtimes, a lot of like being uncomfortable, just a lot of discomfort and all that type of stuff. So it's just things that you need to do to better your life, which at the end of the day, like I said, if you're here, part of the No Limit community, I want you to be here to better your life. My whole thing is that I want to push you guys to be better. There's no room to be normal. At the end of the day, like, who wants to be normal anymore? It's not cool to be normal. You know what I'm saying? We're only on this life and this earth once. And why would you want to spend it just being like the rest of people, just kind of cruising by? No, we're here to conquer. You're part of the No Limit community. We're here to conquer, take over, all good stuff. So if you're with me and you believe that, say that in the comment section below. Say, I'm here to conquer. Don't want to be normal, but I want you guys all to take a second to go and write something in the description of a time you've had to overcome a loss and how you kind of learn from it, because I think that's really important. And like I said, I'm really trying to build this community, because you might go and read something in the comments of something that someone went through that you may learn from, and there might be a good lesson, or you may be going through that thing that person already went through, and you'll be able to learn from it. So appreciate you all. Make sure to like and subscribe. Leave that comment below of something that you've had to overcome and how you learn from it. And then also maybe even leave a comment of something that you need to overcome and how you're going to learn from it, or how you want to overcome it. But appreciate you all. Let's talk about it to the moon. Love you guys. Make sure to like and subscribe. New video next week. Stay tuned. Peace.